trouble for anything. I'm a very smart electrician. I don't claim to be anything more than that. So as far as dumbing down America goes, we were part of a petition to get Cognac to get that $30 million bond years ago. We got that passed. We were part of a petition to get Land recalled. We got that passed. The people want to vote. The people want this. It should happen.
Thank you.
And if I may add one more thing. Everybody keeps saying, why do they keep kicking this can down the road, giving away all this money? Just because something stinks, just because you don't like the way something looks like. Let me tell you, there is some beautiful dispensaries around. I don't know where these people are getting that they don't want to see a dispensary. Look at these dumpy-ass bars we got around here. Look at some of these dumpy-ass party stores we got around here. These dispensaries, if you took the time, I'd be willing to take anyone to any of the many dispensaries that I know of, and you would be impressed.
All right, any other further discussion? Just a reminder. This gentleman.
Good evening, my name is Chris Aiello. I'm an attorney on Mountain Road in Warren. I've been in the cannabis business since 2015. I've helped clients accumulate more than 20 retail store licenses throughout the entire state of Michigan, from Marquette to Monroe. These comments that are before you as the body that's going to make the decision are not uncommon. They're not unusual. And I've heard them for 7, 8 years now, and so here's your issue before you, because I do, my firm handles a lot of referendum work and not initiatory work, and we are running for 4 cities this year. So the decision before you right now is, do you allow, and I have not read your circulatory or petition under MERPA section, I use corporate counsel to tell you, in a city under the Home Rule Act, there's not a lot of room for wording inside of that petition, although it can't be attacked legally until it goes on the ballot, and that creates a four-hearing problem. People with a four-hearing problem, that's up there. You don't want to put yourself in that position, so what I want to try to get to is that the petition itself can be a regulatory petition. It can't be a zoning petition, we all know that. But your problem is that they did it, and the industry is extremely smart. Let me tell you, the Cannabis State Bar Michigan Cannabis Committee, which I sit on, I think we're 600 attorneys statewide, fastest growing committee ever in the state of Michigan bar. But going back to the circulatory, the smart way to do it is unlimited. I have not read it. If it's unlimited, that's what MERPA allows. And if it's unlimited, then you're forced to do something in zoning, and it has to be reasonable and practical. And from what I've heard tonight, all I have to do is work the tape from this hearing and say, if you're going to shove me in I-2 by railroad tracks, that's not reasonable and practical. These are just retail stores. They're no different than 7-Eleven, pharmacies, jewelries. You'll see. One of my clients just won in Lincoln Park, and I shoved him on John Apple's Drive, this rural industrial district. Describes the entire industry where they had to put $600,000 into somebody else's building. What kind of business plan would that be for any of you up there to take $600,000 of your money and put it in somebody else's building as a lease? Nonsense. Standalone buildings, do it yourself, control it. If you don't control it, the industry will roll you for the next 3 years in Lane County Circuit Court. So if you do it yourself, it's up for Councilman Brenda on that, and I've heard Councilman Rennick discuss control. That's all you want to do. You want to do what the citizens want, and you need your questions answered. And so the questions answered, you have to do this, you have to pass it on the first attempt,
People are going a little bit past the 3-minute mark.
Sorry, so.
No, I'll leave mine.
Um,
Got this gentleman back here, and then the lady in
So,
right is standing up. That gentleman back there that was standing up, that has to be recognized next.
so protect your city, and I'm past this tonight, don't let it get out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the council. I just want to say a couple of things. First, I ever spoken. My name is Ken Burke, and I live at 23033 Kensington in Taylor here. And I would just like to say before I get into what I have here is that all anybody here has is a frame of mind. And also, I mean, so every frame of mind is valid. So I would just like to say that I'd just like to read a couple things here. Well, and another thing, I am also a retired electrician, and I have not been smoking marijuana, and it hasn't affected my brain either. So I don't know exactly what the significance of that brain was, but
You're both grounded.
what's that?
You're both grounded.
Okay, but so I'd just like to say a couple things. I'm also, I live in Taylor here, but I'm also the pastor of First Baptist Church in Westland, Michigan. And so I'd like to just say a couple things here at our church. We've been studying the book of Revelations. I don't know how many of you are into that kind of thing, but you know, this nation was founded upon the Bible. This nation was founded upon the God of the Bible. And so they believed in the Bible, and they believed in the book of Revelation. And in the book of Revelation, the reason we're studying it is because our society today looks exactly like the book of Revelation and the last day. That's what our society looks like today. And so in Revelation 9 and verse 21, it says something very important that I preached about a couple weeks ago. It says they repented not of their sorcery. Sorcery is a very interesting word in the Bible because the definition of the word is actually, it's taken from a Greek word that is pharmakia. And of course, we get our word pharmacy from this word. And so the Bible says they repented not of their sorceries. The definition of this word is that it's the use or the administration of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magic arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it, magic, sorcery, witchcraft. Let's think about this definition that we see here. The first two definitions are administering drugs and poison. How about that for a pretty good definition of the days that we're living in today? They are absolutely forcing people to take drugs, and the very drugs that they are taking are poisoning them, and in many cases doing exactly what some in our world want. The drugs are killing people by the hundreds of thousands. One case in point is my mother, January 27th.
Can I ask you, I'm going to be consistent because we've got a number of folks, but I'll give you another 15 seconds, please, to wrap up.
Another 15 seconds, okay. Well, another 15 seconds. There's a study. THC is a drug that alters the mind. It's in marijuana. It alters the mind. It dumbs down the mind. It causes people to be dull. It does all kinds of other things. It affects the brainstem. It affects the brain. And literally, with children, we pick up children on our bus route, and with children on the bus route, we pick them up. Sometimes the bus driver opens the door, and a pile of smoke comes out. And I know that from when I was a young person, that the drugs, the smoke, can affect the child. Well,
Okay, you can come back up if you want to be recognized again, but I want to make certain that every person that has not had a chance to speak yet, so.
okay.
I want to respond to your electrician thing. I didn't make it as, I respect him and you, because I've been to that training center. To be an electrician, you have to be awful sharp. He smokes he's been smoking a long time. He's probably one of the most outstanding members of this community. I trust him with my life. as my brother, who's worked at Ford's for 40 years, I don't personally do it. So I think it's a frame of mind. That's my opinion. I think the people that smoke, it's like, I don't drink either. I don't drink alcohol at all. So let's get rid of that, because it's a drug.
Well, my statement was to the point of let's get rid of that.
Yeah.
That was my
To
statement.
your point, I have respect for him as an electrician, because that takes a lot to be. I'm a licensed master plumber. That takes a lot to be. I don't do any drugs either.